Yo.
You ready?
Yes, I need a couple minutes. And actually, let's review the plan for today because we got like 5-6 hours before I gotta get to the airport. And I wanna make sure we cover everything. So maybe just like join for a bit. First and foremost, I gotta meet with the guys because we have a ton of things over the next week when I'm not here that they're gonna have to tackle. So I got a list for them. I'm gonna go over that. We'll head down to Ferncrest and I really gotta map out the bathhouses. So the bathhouse location as well as the camp store. The electrician's planning all the work and the septic's gonna go in, hopefully, fingers crossed, by the end of next week. So we'll have the septic work all done before we open on April 5th, which is just crazy. We do have to do some content. So like we're gonna film one here at the Rex. Before we head down there, we'll get that done. And then when we're down there, we got 2 more videos to film. I gotta get out of here by 3 o'clock to the airport. And so yeah, we gotta get rolling. Speaking of list, do you have, I know we already sort of de-winterized and then re-winterized, but Cody needs to come and do some plumbing work. So the bathrooms, we have a plan with the septic enforcement guy. The excavator is meeting with him today. So unloading the rocks. Right, these are all just basically, this is a big panel, a small panel. And this is the last time we used any of this shit, right? And also like all this just is like old air conditioning units, old refrigeration unit. What if we made something nicer here?
Like what?
Like a really cool like lodge with like, you know, like finished floor, finished walls, like a gas fireplace, like sort of like going up. The question for you guys is, how much space do we really need for our
We
set?
don't need this whole place. I mean, if you...
What if we did a wall here?
That's it. If we didn't have all this shit,
And then we
enough for tools.
And then we had access, if we put a door there, and so your access to your tool room was like on the side, and so we cleaned up the side there, and so your lawnmower and stuff like that would come out of there, but then this could be like a cool like common space. What if this was like a, instead of a solid glass or a solid garage door, like one of those glass garage doors, and then a nicer door?
That'd be really nice.
Wouldn't it be really cool? Yeah. We bought this motel 5 years ago. Or actually, I want to be like, actually maybe more of a story. Reopening it in 2021 as a, yeah. Let me show you one of our rooms. This is a great example of why this is a destination and not just an accommodation. This is, I just said it, it's missing a foot. I wonder if I just take the other foot off in the front and then it won't feel like it's missing a foot. But they're not actually screws. Where would the foot have gone? Answer. I was flying my drone.
Hi, you've reached Stephanie.
I can talk architecture.
Yeah.
All right, she didn't answer, but I can give a rundown. So basically, the prefab manufacturer is telling us that actually, one of the reasons why they build the bathhouses this way is that they actually do they build them on trailer bases. They're made to be RV certified so that they don't have to go through the DCED. Frankly, I just wanted to have a chat with you about it, is that if we change the hookups and we make it to RV standards, it's built in the dimensions of technically an RV site. The DCED stuff is looking like it's going to be a very prolonged process.
Will it have a license plate on it?
I think it has a VIN. All right, thanks for the time, Rick. Appreciate it. Yeah, bye. Had to land the drone mid-flight to take that call, but that was an important one. I don't know, it sounded promising. What do you think?
Kind of.
That's the whole thing with these bathhouses, is that they're meant to be RV certifiable. Even though, I mean, come on, like, they're not RVs, like, but they are. That's the funny thing about code in general, is like, code is not meant to be interpreted. Like, it's supposed to be like, if it is what it is and it has a VIN number and it's a vehicle, and it doesn't matter that it's like a bathhouse. He won't be like, no, it's a bathhouse, it doesn't count. The neighboring house right over here, it's for sale, and it's literally like connected to the Rex. And the only way for us to grow this would be is if we actually started buying up some things around us. So I got the number. I'm going to give him a call and see if we can see it today. Hey, I'm calling about the property on Route 390. If you can call me back when you know, that'd be great.
This has the old listing on there, like private listing, or what's the name on there that?
Let me get you the name. I'm actually like right there. I saw the sign up a few months ago and then it went away, but then it's back.
They could have re-upped the listing and it's not live yet or something. So
Yeah.
You might not have completed the listing or something, so I can figure out.
I'd love to explore that with you.
Okay, well, let me figure it out for you.
Last purchased for $25,000 in 2019.
Yeah.
That's a good deal. Look at how this, we already own, they're two separate parcels actually.
I'm going into the MLS.
So these are the two parcels. So here's the Rex, here's where we're sitting in this one. And then there's the barn. That chunk here is like literally the missing piece, right? If you want to call me back and let me know, that'd be great. I can't control it right now. Not one way or the other. All right, we got some good footage. Can't believe it's snowing. This is not insignificant snow. What the heck? This reminds me of the day of opening last year was snowing like this. And it does make you second guess opening in the spring. This is what they call cloudy in the Poconos. From the warmth of the Rex to the cold campground, having the new family domes are going to be, it's a game changer for us this year because there's really not been any accommodations for a family larger than 4. I got to make a decision by the end of the day if we're going to build at least one more and we have the space for them. It was really just a matter of whether or not there's enough electrical juice there at the property. Yeah. It's not a flurry anymore. It's a snow. The thing that we really got to get done, though, in order to turn the water on, be permissible use, is the showers need to get those basins added to them so they can drain to a new septic, which the new septic has to go in. So the really big thing that has to happen before we open is the bathhouse doesn't have to go in, but the septic for it has to go in because that septic is what's going to be used to tie into the existing showers, which need to have water go into that. So it's like a whole interconnected system. The fact that we have 1 week to get this massive septic installed, the only saving grace with that is that, like, I've been talking to the guy, we have the plan, we know where everything's going. I should probably talk to him actually. Hey man, Brian, I was wondering, you scheduling any tree work? How you doing? Good. I got a couple trees that are in like spots where I can't just fell them. I gotta take them down. There's one tree in particular that I know is problematic and it's in sort of like a pretty precarious spot. And then I have a bunch of like whittle makers and branches that I want down so that they don't come down. Yeah, let me know. I'll be around, but all right. Gonna mark some trees. So this guy, we take down trees here, our guys, but this is a tree guy. So he actually has like a bucket here, wood chipper as well. We can mark these trees today and then next week he'll come by, he'll give us a day. He'll take down trees that are like gonna hit domes potentially. Always looks a little bit sad at this time of year, but within 4 weeks, it turns into a magical playground. I think it's going to be a good year. This is the third season, so it's only a matter of time before it becomes cranking little business here. I mean, it already is pretty busy during the season, but I think it's getting more and more popular each year, so that's a good thing. Let's mark the trees because I want to make sure that happens. 1 tree down, she's a goner. What are the other trees that have to come down?
You'll see it. It's a big snag.
Oh, it's in the woods though, right? And then there's a tree that went half down out here on the perimeter, which I told Doug. He says he's going to be back there with the excavator. He'll grab it. He wouldn't touch these, rightfully so. He said with the excavator, there's no way to do it. These are the insulation panels. This got dirty already, huh? All this black.
Don't line up. You know, you got to make it work.
Oh,
This right here is,
so this one doesn't line up. Do the others look okay though?
the others look a lot better. Yeah.
So we got to do insulation in 2 more, is it?
Yeah.
All right. The first 2 years we only had like the basic insulation in these tents. We're upgrading to the thermal insulation, which during this like shoulder season, so like the spring when it already stopped snowing, which is crazy, but during the spring and then during the fall, that'll help these tents a lot because the basic insulation just doesn't cut it when it's like 40 degrees out. No, battery's dead. Check it out later. All the new hot tubs here are going in. So we sold all of these old hot tubs. This is a brand new hot tub right here. So in the next week, they'll get swapped out. Actually, a big thing for this year is gonna be, I'm trying to get the plumber here in the next couple days to re-plumb all of this stuff in here because this is the pump. Believe it or not, this is where all the water is 200, 300 feet below. And then this is gonna supply the new bathhouse as well. We're going to take a 4-foot trench right from here. So outside of this door basically, and that straight line, so sort of through here, that we're gonna lose that little tree straight through here and then around that boulder to the bathhouse. And then the electricity is also gonna come through here for the camp store and the bathhouse.
Oh.
We're a lot more ahead of things when it comes to firewood. Last year we started the year and we didn't have any firewood. This is the new home for the RV trailer, office trailer. It's not a customer facing thing. I already sort of mapped this out, but I want to make it super clear for them. So basically, new bathhouse going right in here, which is going to be sort of on an angle, right? Do you like that spot? Yeah. He's going to excavate this whole area. He'll make it really nice and level, yeah. But it's not a bathhouse anymore. It's an RV. It's an RV bathhouse. Yeah, exactly. Let's do the store. So the camp store is going to go right here. The development just in the last 5 minutes was, if we do this actually here as an RV site for the store to land on, maybe we'll just do it on gravel and avoid the pad altogether. That'll save money and it'll save a bunch of time. We won't have to get a pad at all. Edge of the store here, like you said, looking that way, but this almost feels like already an entranceway, right? So you leave the store, then the bathhouse, sort of like creates like little village type of feel here. So let's just paste this really quick. So this is good. The back of it here too makes a lot of sense, because if we do the firewood back here, a big awning, you grab your firewood, you go around, you bring it out. And if the door's right here, maybe we'll plant arborvitaes or some like pines, like try to like hug this area a little bit. I did not do that straight. It's okay, I just gotta, I love this paint. It's itching that graffiti bug I never itched. Actually, growing up in Singapore, if you did graffiti, you'd get caned. Singapore for many, many years was famous for the Michael Fay incident. He went to our school. I didn't know him. He was probably 4 or 5 years older. International news, huge. The American kid, he was caught spray painting cars. He spray painted like a judge's car or something like that. He got sentenced to caning and then kicked out of the country as well. Bill Clinton called the prime minister to try to get him off the hook. And it was like a huge deal in the US. Like, people were really upset about Singapore. But like a lot of people then also were like, no, the US is too lenient. So for all the years growing up in Singapore, anytime I was in the US, people would be like, oh, Michael Fay, like he was like a household name for many, many years. Now Singapore is just known for crazy rich Asians. I just sprayed my glove. That name for so long was, everybody would have known it, but it was like the one association Americans had about Singapore was like this kid that spray painted cars. Oh wow, I'm way off. 8 feet is here. Because it's at that angle, it feels like it does invite you in a little bit. They look good. The big thing though that we gotta do is the windows are looking towards this pathway. So in the next week, we're gonna swing them around and then the doors are gonna be on the side. Sort of a big project actually to swing them, because it's gonna take like 4, 5, 6 guys. We gotta undo the connection points and then lift and twist it. It's warm in here. It's pretty amazing, huh? If the window is there, the layout that we're planning is a king bed, a bunk bed, but with a queen on the bottom and a twin on the top. That would serve as like the 6th bed, because the queen would sleep 2, the king would sleep 2, the twin would sleep 1, and then the couch would sleep 1. And maybe the couch is like a futon with like a sheet set that people could use if they want to, but not necessarily. The bottom queen is really functional, because then also if you have a king and a queen, cleaners love it when they don't have to touch the twin bed up top, because that's like a lot of work. Early next week or by the end of this week, we'll have the furniture coming in. I don't want to get the furniture in here though until we turn it. We'll get 6 guys in here and it's hundreds and hundreds of pounds, but everybody will like lift up and then shimmy, 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 shimmy. We have 2 more. We were going to build them all here, but now we will put up 1 more. If we end up using it, if we have enough electricity, it's going to go over here. Actually, I'll mark it out. All right, feels like I should give it a little bit more space, right? The guy from USA Realty just texted, he said, the agent who once had the listing never took it down. It hasn't been listed for USA Realty for a long time. Those listing signs are not accurate. Find the owner and buy it off market. That's the way to do it. Off market deals are gonna be better. What if it was at an angle, sort of like the corner there? I don't have to ask permission from nobody. Actually, just Joanna, but not really. Not for this type of stuff. Whew, okay, I think some paint's getting into my head. So right now I'm at our glampground Ferncrest, and this is a place that we built a few years ago, and everything about this has been carefully, it's been brings so much joy and happiness to our day-to-day existence. Being glampground operators is something that I could have never envisioned myself doing.
Don't you have to be at the airport right now?
Yes, I probably need to get there. All right, so I made it to the airport. Small airports are the best, aren't they? They're like super easy to come in and out of, but also there's not many flights. Anyways, I have 5 hours ahead of me to get home, I don't live near the properties, which means that when I'm here, I'm able to be super productive. And today was like a crazy day. We got so many things planned out. We had so many different calls. I talked to the township, we talked to our contractors, we decided to build another dome tent down below, even though we're not sure if the electrical usage is going to be enough there, but we're going to make it happen. So we have about a week and a half left before we open for the season. This is season number 3 at Ferncrest. It's going to be really tight. There's a lot of things to do that may not be completely done by then, but the key about being open next Friday is going to be looking as good as if we were open last year. So how we closed last year, we want to make sure that the property is as good as that. And then the improvements like the new bathhouse that's going to come in, we want to make sure that all the work that's going into the septic in that area is not noticeable. We have to get the permit first. I got to actually call Doug and see if he got the permit today to do the septic, because if that happens, hopefully as soon as the next couple days, everything's going to get torn up. It's going to be a disaster. Getting that septic done before we open is a key part of this project. Everything else that we got to do, it's going to be a sprint. If you want to follow along and see how this turns out and see if we make it or not, be sure to subscribe.